Hello friends, welcome back to Technique. In this video, we'll be talking about my experience using the Redmi Pad 2. So Redmi Pad 2 was announced in India for a price starting 13,999, and there are three variants actually. One is the Wi-Fi only variant, which is sold for 13,999, and you get a card offer bringing down the pricing to 12,999. That's an amazing pricing for the tablet. Then you have the cellular plus Wi-Fi variant. That means 4G plus Wi-Fi variant. We have 8,128 and 6,128 price. 15,999 and 17,999. So how good is the tablet for this pricing? And that's what we are going to talk about in this video. So we have been using this tablet for probably 3 weeks plus, and this is our in-depth review of the tablet, considering all the aspects, pricing and the features offered. And this time around, what Xiaomi has done is bringing a Redmi Smart Pen to this. This Smart Pen is kind of not frequently seen for a tablet in this price segment, so that's definitely a welcome move, bringing the Smart Pen, which is an accessory basically, and there's also smart cover included. Rather, it's not included in the box, but there's an accessory. So these are two things which Xiaomi has done really well, because bringing Smart Pen is something which is unique for this price segment. So let's see how good the experience is. So before going into the detailed video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So let's first start with the design and build quality. Now we have the Wi-Fi plus cellular variant, and you can see here we have the blue color with us, and the design is kind of very good looking. In fact, the camera module placement and the dual finishing here, this is probably because of the antenna bands. We have a plastic material on the top and a metal frame here, so it looks very premium actually for this price segment. This definitely feels very premium, and you have around 7.36 mm in thickness and slightly around the 500 grams in weight. So the weight distribution is definitely good. It feels like a very good tablet to hold, and overall the design language is quite good. You have quad speakers, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. You have 3.5 mm audio jack, SIM tray, and then power and volume keys. There is no fingerprint scanner included. That's something which probably could have included. There is only face unlock. There is no fingerprint scanner. Xiaomi could have bundled a fingerprint scanner as well, but again, considering the price segment, that's probably the omission. Now apart from that, you can see that the in-hand experience is very good. It's 11-inch tablet, but it's very slim and lightweight and holds nicely in hands, and the build quality feels very sturdy. The metal frame feels very good in hands, and the dual tone for the Wi-Fi plus cellular variant feels very nice, and the camera layout also is pretty good arranged. And the front panel, you can see that the bezels are also quite okay for the budget tablet, bringing a really good screen experience. So overall the design language is very good, and the build quality is also very nice. Next, let's talk about the display. Now you get 11-inch display, and this is having around 600 nits of brightness and 2.5K resolution display. That is one thing which is kind of not quite seen in this price segment. 2.5K display brings in really great experience in the display aspect. The colors are rich and wide, and overall touch response also feels very nice. The display quality is definitely good, and even the multimedia experience feels very nice. So display overall, I would say it's good. The colors are also nice and wide. There is 90 Hz refresh rate, which I feel could have been 120 Hz, although we don't spend too much time unlike the smartphone on the display, more like a multimedia experience, but still I feel 120 Hz could have been slightly better overall, but 90 Hz isn't bad. So the display quality is pretty good. It's a 10-bit panel, and it's an IPS LCD panel. Obviously you won't get an AMOLED panel at this price segment. So but then I would say the display quality is definitely good, and multimedia experience is also pretty nice on this display. Next, let's talk about the software. Now you get Xiaomi's HyperOS on this tablet, and we all know that Xiaomi's HyperOS for tablet has some really good cool features included. And if you look at the UI experience, you can see that the Redmi Pad 2 comes with Android 15 out of the box, HyperOS 2.0, and you can also see that there are additional tools included. Floating window, these are some features for tablets, and the floating window and horizontal app layout. And apart from that, you also get interconnectivity options. So Xiaomi's interconnectivity is pretty good. You can connect other IoT devices, phones, and manage it here. Then apart from that, you can see that personalization options, brings in some really good customization, including lock style, icons, fonts, all those things are included. And then you get the regular set of options for a tablet. So tablet experience with the Xiaomi HyperOS 2.0 is pretty good, and Android version is Android 15 out of the box. Now Xiaomi has included some bloatwares in the UI, so that could have been avoided, but again, that you can uninstall easily. Some bloatwares are there which you can uninstall once you get the tablet. So UI experience is something which is pretty good, and overall it's pretty smooth. In fact, having a 120 Hz refresh rate would have made the experience a bit more better, but I'm not complaining. 90 Hz plus HyperOS isn't bad by any means. It's quite good actually, the overall experience. Next, let's talk about the performance. Now this is powered by the MediaTek G100 Ultra chip. You get 4GB RAM, 6GB RAM and 8GB RAM. Now if you're using the Wi-Fi only variant, you get only in 4GB, but Wi-Fi plus cellular you get in 6 and 8. I would really suggest you to go with the 6GB RAM variant. Basically 4GB might not be an wise option unless you are constrained by budget. I would definitely suggest you to go with the 6GB RAM, because that would bring in more performance to the table, because 4GB RAM for a V task might not be really that suitable. So 6GB RAM is quite suitable, and if you can afford 8GB, I would say go with the 8GB, and 128GB storage is also there. You can also expand the storage in case you feel that 128GB is not good enough for you. You can also expand the storage. Now overall performance is quite good, I would say. It's pretty responsive. The MediaTek G100 Ultra is quite a capable chip. Its Antutu score is somewhere around 4 to 4.5 lakhs, making it a decent chip for the entry-level tablet segment. And in terms of experience as well, you don't see any lag or issues. It's kind of very smooth experience overall, and the UI is kind of optimized for this usage. So I personally feel there isn't any issue, but instead of going with the MediaTek G100 Ultra chip, probably Redmi could have gone with a 5G chip, making it a bit more better experience. But then again, that would again lead to increase in cost. Probably that's the reason they didn't go with a 5G chip. Hence you get only 4G support. But if you want to travel, if you are a person who travels a lot, 4G would be definitely a great option. You get pretty good speeds on this, and the overall performance, we don't see any sort of issue. So it's pretty good. And the quad speakers, that's something which is really good. Quad speakers, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and coupled with Dolby Atmos, gives you a pretty good experience in terms of sound. So movie watching is definitely good, and the multimedia experience for this tablet is really nice. So that's the performance side. So overall we are pretty much happy with the performance. Now next, let's talk about the cameras. Now cameras on a tablet, not a major thing, but still we'll talk about. You get an 8 megapixel rear camera, you get a 5 megapixel selfie camera. Both can record videos in 1080p resolution. That's the quite standard in this price segment. We don't generally use tablet for photography or videography, but we use it for mostly for video calls, and for that it's quite a decent tablet, I would say. You won't be disappointed with the experience. It's quite okay. Let's quickly have a look at some of the samples you have taken. Although it doesn't make any major impact in terms of camera usage, here are some samples taken with the Redmi Pad 2. Now this tablet also comes with a couple of AI features, including circle to search and few other options which you generally see on HyperOS. So those are the circle to search is something which is not available on a lot of tablets, so that is pretty good. So AI features are also included here. Now the pen input is also there. You can use the pen for sketching, and the options are quite good. Bringing a smart pen to this price segment is definitely a welcome move, and the latency of the pen is quite okay, although there is a slight latency, but then it's kind of acceptable for a tablet in this price segment. And for sketching, it's pretty good option, and the overall experience with the smart pen is also good. The smart pen is priced around 399, and you can buy it separately, and you also get a smart cover included. The cover quality is pretty good. Now what it does is, when you cover the laptop or the tablet screen, the tablet turns off, and when you open it, the tablet opens, and the overall material quality is also good. And you can also use this cover to watch movies as a desk stand. You can use it to watch movies. That's definitely good. So something, if you are watching a lot of movies with the cover, you can just keep it on the table and watch it pretty nicely. So that advantage is also there with this cover, which is priced 199, and you can buy it separately. So that's the smart pen and cover. Now coming to the battery life, 9000 milliamp hour battery, and you get 18 watt charging support, but 15 watt charger is included in the box. So we feel charging speed could have been better because it's a massive 9000 milliamp hour battery, and with a 15 watt adapter, definitely take a lot of time, especially if you feel that at work the battery is going down. It will take a lot of time to charge. You need to charge it overnight. Probably a 33 watt charger or a 45 watt charger would have been better. That's something which we feel Redmi could have done better in terms of charging speed. Now the battery performance is stellar on this tablet. You can easily go through 2 days of usage on a casual usage without any sort of issue. So that's definitely good, and overall experience using the tablet in terms of battery life is really impressive. 9000 milliamp hour, and the overall performance of the battery is also good. It's very much optimized, but then charging speed could have been better. So that was my experience with the Redmi Pad 2. So overall, I feel this is a pretty good tablet for the pricing. Now the base pricing 13,999, and with card offers you can get for around 12,999. The other two variants are priced 15,999 and 17,999, which is pretty good again. Both again get 1K card offers, bringing the price to 14,999 and 16,999 for the 8,128 and 6,128 variant. This is a Wi-Fi tablet, so bringing that into consideration, this is a great pricing for the Redmi Pad 2, which brings in pretty good experience overall in terms of performance, the display, 4G connectivity, excellent battery life, and a good build quality as well. Now talking about the downsides, probably you could have been a 120 watt display. Then 5G support is not there. Again, not a major concern, but then 5G support could have been included with a 5G chip. And probably third one, I would say charging speed could have been better, including a 33 watt or a 45 watt charger would have been better, at least in this price segment. Or even a 22.5 watt charging support would have done much better than an 18 watt adapter. Or rather 18 watt charging support. The adapter is actually 15 watt. So these are the pros and cons of the Redmi Pad 2. But overall, I would say this is a great value tablet for the pricing it is being offered. So if you're looking for a budget tablet, especially for your kids or students, college going students, this is definitely worth buying. So that was my experience with the Redmi Pad 2. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. What do you guys think about the tablet? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Normal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.